This video will help to show you how to set up AutoCAD in Model Space. I am using an older version of AutoCAD, but the premises will capture through all the new versions as well. When you open up your Model Space, usually you'll get a screen that looks like this. There's going to be a ribbon at the top. There's generally a big red A in the upper left-hand corner. You have different features like draw, modify, layers, etc. that are going to go across the page itself. In order to start a new drawing and get it to fit what we teach actually in our class, there's a few things we're going to tweak when you open your drawing. Now, probably when you've opened it up, your screen looks a little gray. Up here, especially on the new versions, there's generally a string of items like this, which is new, folder, plot, undo. But at the far end, there's generally a little line with a fly down arrow. If you click on the fly down arrow, it should bring you up a command module. And if you take a look here near the bottom, there should be something that says Show Menu Bar. When you click on that, it now says Hide. This comes up, File, Edit, View, Insert, Format, etc. We're going to use those to tweak our screen a little bit. But first, we're going to start with the basic layout, which is going to mean you need to type Startup in your command prompt line. So you type in all one word, Startup, enter. Now, if you're using a new program, in the little parentheses behind the startup, mine says 0 currently. Yours probably is going to say 3. You want to type a 1 in after the 3 and hit enter. And then back up at the top where you have your lines of create a new, click on the new drawing. This is going to help you to bring up what's called the wizard. And the wizard is kind of a quick way to be able to set parameters for the drawings that you're doing. Now, everything that I draw is architecturally based, so I'm going to make sure that all of mine is done in feet and inches. And I'm going to click on the fourth little drawing here, which we call the wizard. You can tell it's got a little wand and some nice stars. And this is using it from scratch. Once you click on the wizard, click Quick Setup, hit OK, and it should bring you up a Quick Setup dialog box. We're dealing in architectural. There's a lot of other ways to use CAD, and all of them very needed, but for this particular one, we're using architectural. Hit Next. Now it comes into the area. When it's talking about the area, the computer is asking you what kind of space your drawing is going to take up. Now, if you're doing a simple chair or you're doing a simple elevation, the amount of space might be maybe 9 feet by 9 feet. It wouldn't be that very much. However, if you're going to do a huge floor plan, of course, you're going to be looking at a lot of feet. Remember, please, that the AutoCAD program thinks in inches, not feet. So if I were to go into this area here, and this is where you get to decide, and I put in 24, if I do not hit the foot marker, the computer is going to think 24 inches. So I have to hit my foot marker. And then the length, again, you can make up whatever one you want there as well. And then you hit finish. Now, in the computer's mind, the space that it's going to be drawing on is 24 feet by 24 feet. You can see how you could adjust that each time. If you want, you could also go to Format, come down here and click on Drawing Limits in that one. The command prompt line now is where you'll read. You can tell that it starts its corner at 0, 0. If you hit enter, now you can see it's 24 feet, comma 24 feet. You could change it in that location as well. So we've got our units figured out. The other thing is that if you have a gray screen, which is fine, it is really designer's choice how you want to use this. But if you don't like the gray, if you want to go black, go to Tools, all the way down to Options. It should bring you up a dialog box again. And notice at the top, it's got several different tabs available that we can click on. The first one, Files, we honestly don't do anything with setting up the CAD itself, but Display you do. In Display, if you want to change your background, your model space background to black, you have to go down here to Colors. You click on Colors, and at the top, notice it says 2D model space, uniform background color, and I have already set mine to black. Yours probably says something like 33, 38, 40, a variation of 3 numbers there. Just click on the fly down menu, go to black, and hit Apply and Close, and that should instantly change the background of your screen. Everything else in here doesn't really need to be tweaked for your first drawing. Open and Save, though, I truly believe is an area you should tweak a little bit. AutoCAD, the one thing I would recommend to anybody using AutoCAD is save, save, save. I try to save at least in 2 spots, but when I'm working, I only save in one, and then when I'm ready to quit, I can do a save as to a second location. Under File Safety Precautions, the automatic save should be checkmarked, and probably when you're opening up a new drawing, it's going to say 10 minutes. Highlight the 10, and I would say at least 5 minutes. I find it's easier to lose 5 minutes worth of work than 10, especially the faster I get. Plot and Publish, nothing really here you have to do when you're going to just start a drawing. Systems, nothing really you have to do there. User Preferences, however, is an area you're going to probably want to tweak. Everybody is a little different on this, but in this box where it says Windows Standard Behavior, which is what the computer does to try to help you, the user, be able to know what's going on, they have a shortcut menu and drawing area. For me, when I hit Enter, I want to be done. I don't want to have to hit it again in a pop-up. So I've unchecked shortcut menu and drawing area. If you like the pop-up, leave it. There's no problem with having that. Drafting, again, this just pretty much gets into different sizes and the way markers are shown on your page, but you don't have to really do anything with it. We're not doing anything with 3D modeling with this particular lecture, so you can skip that. However, under Selection, and this is especially true in the newer versions, my 2012 does not have this, but the newer versions do. Under Selection Modes, under Implied Windowing, there is an Allow, Press, and Drag on Objects. There's also a second one that says Allow, Press for Lasso. That is generally going to be checkmarked. And if you like a square box like I do, uncheck that so that it doesn't make the lasso look in your particular drawing. Once you have all that done, we don't really do anything with profiles. We're just going to hit OK. And now we're actually ready to draw. You remember you've got 3 tabs instantly set up for you. The layout tabs, which are your paper space, are 2 and 3. But if you go with this, this should give you an ability to start your drawing right away. If you don't like the grid display is right here. You can just turn it off and know that you're fine. And draw, draw, draw. You'll have to include your own layers, your own pen weights, but that'll be a whole nother recording. I thank you.